Welcome, my friends, to a journey into the inner workings of success, a journey that reveals the extraordinary power of thought and the principles that transform our minds into engines of achievement. Today, we explore a timeless message that our thoughts, when fused with burning desire, persistence, and a definite purpose, have the extraordinary ability to shape our destinies. This is not a mere motivational tale. It is a comprehensive guide, a blueprint for those who dare to think. Now listen closely, for this truth has been whispered by every wealthy man who ever lived. Success does not begin in the wallet. It begins in the mind. Before gold ever filled a man's pockets, belief filled his soul. You must first see yourself as prosperous before the world dares agree with you. A poor man with a wealthy mind is far richer than a rich man shackled by fear. Why? Because the first is on his way to riches. The latter? He's living in a prison built of doubt, guarded by hesitation. Imagine, if you will, a time when the spark of inspiration was the sole ingredient that set the stage for monumental success. Picture a young man, driven not by the comforts of wealth or the benefits of an extensive education, but by a single, piercing desire, a desire so definite that it burned away every excuse and every obstacle. This man understood at his core that every monumental achievement begins with an idea that, when nurtured with steadfast determination and relentless persistence, has the power to transmute the intangible into tangible riches. Seekers of success, I call you, to an exploration of the timeless wisdom that transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary destinies. Today, we dive into a secret so profound that it has been the catalyst behind the fortunes of countless great achievers. This secret, quietly introduced by a visionary mentor and rigorously tested in the fires of real life, remains unnamed so that those truly ready may recognize it when it appears. This secret, ladies and gentlemen, has been practically applied by thousands. Its effectiveness isn't just theoretical. It's been proven in boardrooms, in workshops, and in the very fabric of everyday life. Influential individuals, from dynamic entrepreneurs to visionary leaders, have shared their testimonials. Some have even transformed their lives so dramatically that their success became the cornerstone of their careers, fueling paths that led to positions of high responsibility and even public office. Such examples serve as undeniable proof that the principles we discuss are not only valid, but they are also transformative. You must train your mind like a warrior prepares for battle. Every morning, before the world rushes in to shape your thoughts, you must be the first to strike. Guard your inner world like sacred territory. Feed it only with that which strengthens your spirit. Books, thoughts, conversations of value. Never allow the weeds of doubt to grow unchecked. Financial freedom is not just about numbers. It is about discipline, direction, and dominion over yourself. The power of a burning desire. At the heart of this philosophy lies the notion that success starts with a burning desire, a desire that goes beyond superficial wants. It is a profound, all-consuming passion for attaining a specific goal. When you possess such a desire, it does not matter that you have little money, minimal education, or no influential connections. What matters is your unyielding determination to see that desire realized. Your inner fire must be so intense that you are willing to overcome every setback, to embrace every hardship, and to persist until you have achieved what you set out to do. Consider this. Every great achievement, whether in business, art, or personal fulfillment, has its genesis in a singular, focused thought. That thought, nurtured and refined, becomes the blueprint for your future. It is not enough to simply want success. You must decide, with unwavering clarity, exactly what you want, and commit yourself wholeheartedly to its pursuit. This is the first step on the road to riches. Imagine a truth so potent that it defies the limitations of conventional education. Even those with only a few months of formal schooling have harnessed this power to reshape their world. It is the kind of insight that transforms a spark of thought into a blazing fire of wealth and achievement. Remember, every monumental success began with a single, powerful idea, a thought that, when nurtured by unwavering determination and persistence, has the power to transform the thought into reality. And hear me now, no one else is coming to believe in you first. If you wait for the world to clap before you begin, you'll be waiting your entire life. Greatness demands the audacity to move first, to believe without applause, to persist when no hand pats your back and no voice says, "Well done." The man who becomes unstoppable is the man who decides once and for all that he is enough, that his vision is valid, that his future is his own responsibility. And what of the broader impact of this secret? It is far more than a recipe for financial gain. It is a path to a richer, more fulfilling life. It teaches you not only to accumulate wealth, but also to achieve inner peace, contentment, and a mastery over your destiny. You see, when you take control of your thoughts, you take control of your life. You become the architect of your destiny, the master of your fate, and the captain of your soul. This is the truth that lies at the heart of every great success story. Financial freedom is not merely about having money. It is about no longer being owned by it. Freedom means choices, the ability to say yes when your heart calls and no when your values are on the line. It means not being trapped in a job you hate, a life you didn't choose, or a mindset that keeps you small. But to earn that freedom, you must first pay the price, not in dollars, but in patience, consistency, and the willingness to delay gratification in a world obsessed with the quick fix. Transmuting thought into action. Now, let us delve deeper into the transformative process by which thought becomes action and, ultimately, wealth. When you direct your thoughts with precision and purpose, you are engaging in a process that has been the cornerstone of success for countless individuals. It is the art of transmutation, where an intangible impulse of thought is converted into a physical reality. This process is not instantaneous. It is gradual and deliberate. It requires that you cultivate an open, persistent mindset, one that is constantly searching for opportunities, even when they appear disguised as obstacles. Often, these opportunities present themselves in unexpected forms, much like a hidden gem that lies just beneath the surface of everyday challenges. It is only when you have trained your mind to recognize these subtle signals that you can seize them and turn them into stepping stones toward success. Belief is the seed, discipline is the soil, and time is the sun. If you plant consistently, you will harvest, but most men dig up the seed before it takes root. They switch paths too soon. They chase noise instead of signal. Remember, wealth does not respond to excitement. It responds to stability. Build a calm, focused mind. It is from such still waters that power rises. Overcoming the obstacles on the path to riches. Every journey toward success is fraught with obstacles. Many of us have faced setbacks, moments when it seems that all our efforts are in vain, when failure appears imminent. But remember, temporary defeat is not the end of the road. It is merely a detour on your path to greatness. Too many people allow the sting of defeat to halt their progress. They give up at the first sign of trouble, never realizing that the very act of persisting in the face of adversity is what transforms setbacks into triumphs. There is a common pitfall, one that many successful individuals have learned to overcome: the habit of quitting when things become difficult. Imagine a scenario where a promising opportunity is within reach, but you stop just short, maybe a mere 3 feet away from your goal. That moment, that slight hesitation or momentary lapse in persistence, can mean the difference between ultimate success and a lifetime of what-ifs. Yet, those who learn from such experiences understand that the lesson lies not in the setback itself, but in the courage to rise and continue the pursuit with even greater determination. A lesson in persistence. Allow me to share a vivid illustration of the power of persistence. Picture a scenario set during a time of great opportunity, a time when the allure of wealth was strong enough to spur men to extraordinary efforts. In this tale, a man embarks on a venture with a burning desire to unearth the riches hidden beneath the earth. He toils with the tools of his trade, driven by the promise of a treasure so near, yet somehow fate intervenes, and the bounty slips away by a mere 3 feet. Overwhelmed by a sense of defeat, he and his team decide to quit, convinced that the goal is out of reach. But here is where the lesson lies. A perceptive observer, recognizing that the failure was not due to the lack of potential, but to an untimely cessation of effort, takes a closer look. Through careful analysis, it is discovered that the riches were not lost. They were merely waiting just beyond the point where perseverance had faltered. This revelation underscores an essential truth. Success demands that you press on, even when it seems that every advantage has been exhausted. Each failure, each setback, is simply an opportunity to learn, to refine your approach, and to press forward with renewed vigor, harnessing the hidden potential within. As you reflect on these lessons, consider the immense potential that lies dormant within your own mind. Success is not an external gift bestowed upon a lucky few. It is a creation of your own inner state, a state of mind that can be cultivated and refined over time. When you shift your perspective from one of limitation to one of possibility, you begin to see that every obstacle is merely an invitation to discover a new way forward. One of the most powerful techniques to unlock this hidden potential is the act of visualization, imagining yourself already in possession of the wealth, success, and fulfillment you desire. When you visualize your success with clarity and intensity, you set into motion a powerful psychological process that aligns your subconscious mind with your goals. This mental alignment acts as a magnet, drawing to you the opportunities, resources, and connections necessary to achieve your dreams. As you sit with these ideas, allow them to permeate your consciousness. Let them inspire you to cast aside the shackles of doubt and step boldly into a future where you are the master of your own destiny. The secret to success is not hidden in some inaccessible vault. It is already within you. It is the power of your thoughts, the strength of your resolve, and the clarity of your vision. The magnetism of a success-conscious mind. The human mind is a remarkable instrument. It possesses the ability to magnetize success by focusing on what you desire most, while simultaneously repelling the forces of failure. This is the principle of success consciousness. By consciously directing your thoughts, you create an inner environment that is attuned to abundance. Your mind becomes like a finely tuned instrument, resonating with the frequency of prosperity. But how does one cultivate this success-conscious state? It begins with a steadfast commitment to replacing negative thought patterns with positive, empowering ones. Every time you encounter a setback, instead of succumbing to despair, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to propel me forward? By reframing challenges as opportunities for growth, you not only build resilience, but also strengthen your resolve to pursue your goals. So, how do we put these principles into practice? It starts with self-reflection and a commitment to continuous learning. Daily, take time to reflect on your goals. Visualize your future as if it were already unfolding before you. See the abundance, feel the success, and let that vision guide your actions. Engage with others who share this mindset, forming communities where ideas can flourish and collective wisdom becomes a wellspring of inspiration. In these communities, you learn that every no you encounter is simply a redirection, a signal to refine your approach and persist until you achieve the breakthrough you seek. The transformation from thought to wealth. Let us now return to the fundamental idea that every form of wealth begins with a thought, a single, powerful idea that, when acted upon, has the potential to transform your life. This is the essence of the secret, that the process of accumulating riches is not about brute labor or endless toil, but about the strategic harnessing of your mental faculties. It is the art of converting a spark of inspiration into a blazing fire of achievement. Throughout history, those who have amassed great fortunes have done so not by following conventional methods, but by daring to think differently. They have tapped into the reservoir of their inner power and used it to reshape their reality. They understood that money, fame, recognition, and happiness are not elusive treasures reserved for a select few. They are attainable by anyone who is willing to think, plan, and act with purpose. The role of definite purpose and persistence. At the core of this philosophy lies the principle of definite purpose. To truly succeed, you must have a clear vision of what you want to achieve. This vision is not vague or fleeting. It is a precise, compelling picture of your future. When you have a definite purpose, every decision you make, every action you take, is guided by this central goal. It becomes your North Star, a constant reminder of where you are headed. Coupled with definite purpose is the quality of persistence. The journey to success is not a straight line. It is a series of twists, turns, and occasional setbacks. It is in these moments of challenge that your persistence is tested. Will you give up at the first sign of trouble? Or will you press on, fueled by the unshakable belief that your goal is within reach? History teaches us that those who persist, who refuse to yield even in the face of temporary defeat, are the ones who ultimately triumph. The art of seizing opportunity. Opportunities often arrive in unexpected forms. They may be disguised as failures, setbacks, or even as moments of quiet obscurity. Yet, if you are truly ready, if your mind is tuned to the frequency of success, you will recognize these opportunities for what they are. They are the universe's way of saying, now is your time to shine. This readiness is not a matter of chance. It is the result of deliberate preparation. It requires that you educate yourself, not just in the conventional sense, but by continually seeking knowledge and wisdom from every experience. It is about forming a mindset that is both open and receptive, a mindset that is always alert to the possibility of transformation. Let me share with you another key insight. Success is not merely about hard work, but about working smart. It is about aligning your thoughts with your deepest desires and letting them guide every decision you make. When you do this, you create a powerful internal environment, a fertile ground where dreams can take root and blossom into reality. This is the art of transmutation, converting the power of your thoughts into the tangible rewards you seek. It is a process that requires discipline, focus, and above all, an unshakable belief in your own potential. Consider the idea that every no you encounter is simply a redirection, a signal that you must adjust your approach, refine your strategy, and continue forward with renewed determination. Each rejection, each moment of doubt, is merely a stepping stone on the path to ultimate success. Embrace these moments as opportunities to learn and let them propel you further along your journey. Transforming setbacks into stepping stones. One of the most profound lessons you can learn is that every setback is, in essence, a setup for a greater comeback. It is not the defeat itself that defines you, but the way you respond to it. When you face failure head-on, without fear or hesitation, you transform that failure into a stepping stone, a necessary part of your journey toward greatness. In the grand tapestry of success, setbacks serve a vital role. They force you to pause, reflect, and re-examine your approach. They challenge you to find new ways to overcome the obstacles that stand in your path. And, perhaps most importantly, they teach you the value of persistence. It is through these trials that you develop the resilience and fortitude necessary to achieve lasting success. The role of the mind as a creative force. The secret to success lies not in external factors, but in the creative power of the mind itself. Your thoughts are the seeds from which your future grows. When you cultivate positive, purposeful thoughts, you are actively shaping the reality that surrounds you. Every idea, every vision of what you want to achieve is a seed that has the potential to blossom into a reality if nurtured with care and determination. This creative power is available to each and every one of us. It does not depend on external resources or luck. It is a natural part of who you are, a force that, when harnessed, can overcome any obstacle and turn your dreams into reality. By mastering your thoughts and directing them toward your goals, you become the architect of your destiny. You take control of your life and shape it according to your deepest aspirations. The transformation from limitation to possibility. Many of us are held back by limiting beliefs, by the false notion that our potential is restricted by our current circumstances. We allow ourselves to be defined by our past failures, our limited resources, or the judgments of others. But the truth is that these limitations are nothing more than illusions, barriers that exist only in our minds. When you learn to see beyond these self-imposed boundaries, you open yourself up to a world of infinite possibility. You begin to understand that your true potential is not fixed. It is constantly evolving, expanding, and unfolding. The moment you free yourself from the constraints of a limiting mindset is the moment you unlock the door to boundless opportunity. History is replete with examples of those who, with little more than a burning desire and a defiant refusal to be bound by convention, have redefined what is possible. Think of the legendary innovators who defied the impossible label. There's a famous tale of a pioneering leader who challenged his engineers to cast an entire engine block in one piece, a feat deemed impossible by conventional standards. When they said, "It's impossible," his unwavering command was simple: produce it anyway. And so, after months of relentless effort, the engineers discovered the secret to their own breakthrough, and a revolutionary invention was born. This is the essence of success: to see beyond the apparent limitations and to transform impossible into I'm possible. Today, I challenge you to harness this power. Embrace the mindset of abundance, the discipline of persistence, and the courage to transform every setback into an opportunity. Visualize your success with such intensity that it becomes your reality. Replace every impossible with a steadfast belief in your ability to achieve greatness. And as you do so, know that you are not alone. Thousands of individuals have walked this path before you, and countless more will follow, each one a testament to the transformative power of a focused mind. We stand at the crossroads of potential and reality. The path to riches, in every sense of the word, begins with a single thought, a thought that, when ignited by passion and maintained by persistence, can change your life forever. It is a path marked by a definite purpose, a relentless pursuit of excellence, and the courage to overcome every obstacle that dares to stand in your way. At the core of these examples lies a critical shift in mindset, a transition from a state of limitation to a state of abundance. Many of us have, at one time or another, been held captive by the word impossible. We allow our doubts, our fears, and our past failures to confine us within the boundaries of what we think is achievable. But, my friends, imagine if you could clip that word right out of your dictionary. Imagine if you replaced it with a conscious commitment to success, a mindset that is focused solely on abundance and opportunity. This is what I call becoming success conscious. When you make this shift, every thought you have becomes a magnet, drawing in the people, opportunities, and resources that resonate with your vision. Embracing a success conscious state. To truly harness the power of your mind, you must cultivate a state of success consciousness. This means training your mind to focus on abundance, to see opportunities where others see obstacles, and to approach every challenge with a spirit of optimism and determination. It is about rewiring your thought patterns so that they reflect the reality you wish to create. One practical way to achieve this is through daily affirmations and visualization. Every morning, take a moment to affirm your commitment to success. Visualize yourself achieving your goals with vivid clarity. Picture the details of your future as if they were already a reality: the wealth, the recognition, the inner peace. As you do so, allow the emotion of success to fill you, fueling your determination to turn your dreams into actuality. The universal law of attraction. Underlying all these principles is a universal law, a law that governs the very nature of creation. This law states that like attracts like. When your mind is set on success, when it is brimming with positive, high-frequency thoughts, you attract opportunities, people, and circumstances that mirror that energy. Conversely, when your thoughts are steeped in doubt and negativity, you inadvertently draw those very forces into your life. This is the essence of the law of attraction, a principle that has been recognized and harnessed by successful individuals throughout history. It is not a mystical concept, but a natural law that reflects the inherent order of the universe. By aligning your thoughts with your deepest desires, you set in motion a powerful force that brings your dreams to fruition. The discipline of continuous learning. Success is not a destination. It is a continuous journey of growth and self-improvement. Those who achieve lasting success understand that learning never stops. They remain curious, open, and committed to expanding their knowledge in every aspect of life. This commitment to continuous learning is what sets them apart. They are always seeking, always refining their approach, and always looking for ways to improve. As you embark on your journey, make a promise to yourself to never stop learning, to never settle for mediocrity, and to always strive for excellence. Surround yourself with those who inspire you, who challenge you to think bigger, and who share your vision for a life of abundance. In doing so, you create an environment where ideas flourish, where every conversation becomes a source of insight, and where the seeds of success are nurtured daily. Turning dreams into reality. Ultimately, the secret to achieving success lies in your ability to turn dreams into reality. It is about taking that initial spark of an idea and fanning it into a roaring flame that lights your way to greatness. It is not enough to simply dream. You must act, and you must act with relentless determination. Every successful person has faced moments of doubt, times when the obstacles seemed insurmountable. Yet they persevered, not because they were immune to failure, but because they understood that each failure was a necessary part of the journey. They learned to embrace their setbacks, to analyze them, and to use them as fuel for their future success. A call to action. So, I ask you today, what is it that you truly desire? What is the burning goal that you have kept hidden deep within your heart? Is it financial freedom, personal fulfillment, recognition, or perhaps the inner peace that comes from living your purpose? Whatever it may be, commit to that vision with every fiber of your being. Make a pledge to yourself to never let fear, doubt, or temporary defeat stand in your way. Embrace each challenge as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. Remember that every great achievement begins with a single, powerful thought, and that thought has the power to change your life. As you listen to these words, let them serve as both a challenge and an invitation to step into your greatness, to harness the power of your mind, and to become the master of your destiny. The journey ahead may be long and filled with obstacles, but it is also rich with opportunity, a chance to rewrite your story and to create a legacy that will endure for generations. In closing, always remember that your thoughts are the architects of your future. The secret to success lies not in external circumstances, but in the power of your mind, a power that is activated by a burning desire, a definite purpose, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. Transform your mindset, and you transform your life. Embrace the challenges, learn from every setback, and let your persistence be your guide. For it is through the crucible of adversity that the strongest steel is forged, and it is in the face of overwhelming odds that true greatness is revealed. Thank you for joining me on this journey of discovery. As you move forward, carry with you the knowledge that you are capable of achieving extraordinary things. The path to riches, in every sense, is waiting for you, hidden within the power of your thoughts, ready to be unlocked by your determination. Stay with me on this journey of transformation, and together, let us unlock the true potential of our minds. Your destiny is calling. Embrace it, nurture it, and let your thoughts be the spark that ignites a life of unparalleled success and fulfillment. Remember, my friends, you are not merely a passenger on this journey. You are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. Now, Go forth and let your mind be the spark that ignites a life of abundance, success, and fulfillment. Your destiny is in your hands. Stay with us for more insights and timeless principles that will continue to light the way on your path to greatness. Until next time, keep thinking, keep growing, and keep reaching for the stars.